I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Ooh, everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I want it. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Everything I wanted. I'ma get it. Cause I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it.
What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do?
What it
hey
do?
man,
Hey
y'all
there,
welcome to
what's
the 80
up?
Babies Conversation, man. This your boy Bubba checking in, man. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Hope y'all week starting off good. I'm here this week, and I got a couple of family and friends on with us tonight, man. What's happening, man? Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves.
What's up? It's your girl Ray Cherie, the host with the most. Glad to be in the building tonight. Glad to have some people joining us, ready to go in on behalf of my lady friends.
Hey, what's up? It's Tequila. I'm sitting here enjoying my evening, looking to get into some downright good old conversation.
Let's do it.
Tequila. I agree. My name is Taylor, and I am definitely looking forward to the conversation. So, excuse me, my voice may be a little bit raspy at this point because these kids are out of school and got me sick. So, I'm dealing with that.
It's all good.
Good evening, everybody. It's Rashid Samuels, aka Father Friend, checking in with the Ada's Baby conversation.
Okay, yeah.
All right, if y'all are on with us tonight, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this out with friends because we are in for a good conversation.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's start with the shenanigans.
Ah,
Why is the goal of single women to get married?
Why is the goal of single women to get married? Gentlemen?
I don't know. I think we asked the question. We trying to see why. Because it is a big deal. Like I said, y'all, we talk about it all the time. You know what I'm saying? People put this marriage in the mix when it's a lot of time, investing into a relationship. They go to holler marriage. And you know what I'm saying? I think that's why a lot of women want to do it. I think it's the I guess what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? It's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's in everybody's head. It don't matter if everything right. It don't matter if you financially good yet. Or a lot of people like to say, well, you'll become financially good with the person once you get married. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people think too. I'm not married, so and never been married, so I don't know.
I feel like this is a direct hit towards me since I'm the newly engaged person.
Oh
So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I
yeah.
need to tell y'all why I'm getting married.
Right, right. And congratulations too, cuz, by the way, man.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Well, when you meet someone who completes you on a different level, other than financially, even though everybody wants to be stable, but when you meet somebody who completes you on a different level, who helps you mentally, spiritually, more than on a physical level, then that's why I said yes. I felt like I met my best friend, my companion, and this is the person I see myself going old with. I can honestly say he's my soulmate.
And as a single woman, I felt hit with this question too. But I am going to say, as a single woman, I want to get married because I don't want to do life alone. I see the benefits of it financially and stability wise. Um, you know, if I bring home $3,400 a month after taxes, I'm already paying my own bills. I'm already taking care of my one child. I meet a guy who brings home about the same or more after taxes. Automatic. My bills at that point are cut in half. At a minimum, my bills are cut in half. That 3,400 has now become 6,800, and now I have a surplus of 2,000 or more dollars a month in my pocket each month. So there are some benefits of getting married, and it's not all financial because we don't want to look at marriage solely as a business, but we don't want to grow old by ourselves. So that's the ultimate goal, having that person to do life with for better or worse. That is why I want to get married, having that person to make the memories with, to travel with, and to converse with, to digress with at the end of each day. So there are some perks to getting married. That is why I want to do it.
Okay, man. No, the men ain't wanting to get married. I guess
Well, it
they
was a question to
silent
the women.
treatment tonight.
It was a question for the women, and like I said,
But
everybody
wait,
always.
because
I think.
men are trying to make it seem like women are desperate. Men are also trying to make it seem like at this point, women who were born in the 80s are not able to get married. These so-called leftover women, so to speak. So is it a problem that I am a woman in my 30s and I want to get married? Are people still leaning towards marriage?
Well, let me say this. Let me say this too. I'm sorry, Taylor. I'll let y'all have the flow after this because everybody looking for the men respond. But well, let me say this. I think, you know, the women want to get married for all the benefits, but I think the problem with the men not wanting to get married because at the end of the day, when the divorce and all that stuff get to going and get to rolling, when the woman get tired and fed up and all this and that, the man is the one who's taking the biggest blow in the divorce half of 90% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fear. You can go into this marriage with some and leave out that marriage with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's half of the time, it's a lot of the men. The men is always taking the worst end of the stick when it comes to if the marriage don't work out, because we all know the marriage may not work out. So, like I say, a lot of men are scared to make that investment into getting married because it's like, man, I got all to lose. The woman ain't got really get her feelings hurt a little bit, maybe whatever the situation may be to make a woman want to leave and do all this. She, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just throw this out there. A woman may get cheated on, you know what I'm saying? But now she get all of half or if not all of my assets. Man, come on, man. That you know. So I think it's like it's all benefits for the woman. So I think that's more the reason why women more so push for marriage in relationships than men do, because it's all benefits for a woman besides the, you know, the potential heartbreak or the potential getting cheated on, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same, men got to worry about that too, along with losing all their stuff at the end of the day. So women tend to more so push for marriage than men all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, in my opinion.
And Marcus said in the comments, he thinks women created that narrative, not men. So Marcus, let us know what narrative you're talking about. Holyfield, you've been quiet over there. What's up?
Exactly, because I want to know, first of all, are you married or single?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm not married.
Okay, so
there's more than
married on this call, right? I just want to make sure.
So
is everyone married on this call?
I'm the only one that's married on this call, correct?
Yeah, I'm divorced.
Correct.
I'm about 7 years divorced.
Okay, so you know a little bit, like, okay. Well, I just want to kind of just say a little bit to kind of piggy off Bubba a little bit. I can't really say a lot because my voice, but he was talking about women basically having the right to like having something to lose, right? I feel like what has happened from the 1940s up until now, like we have had a shift change to where the ideology of marriage hasn't changed, but the actual like drive of marriage has changed to where women now are not needing a man for financial support or financial things or anything that was supposedly to have them in typical marriages of what, let's just say, our grandparents' generation. So now marriages is more about actually the relationship and not actually responsibilities. I just feel like in regards to responsibility, that's already should have been set. Like you already know what responsibilities you have in providing, actually doing a family. But in regards to like relationship issues, I don't think that a lot of men are, well, I mean society. I don't want to put it on men or women. I think society has not changed and like actually changed our trajectory of what marriage is supposed to be now versus how it was back then.
Can I say something? I think you got it in reverse. Prior to 1975, in the African American community, it was between 78 to 90% chance the African Americans would marry. and it wasn't for financial reasons, because we had no finance. We was still cattle. After 1975, when you had the liberal women's right movement that was headed up by Gloria Steinem, Black women got into that movement. White women sold them a scam, and they basically left Black women at the altar, and they went and got married. Now, in that, you also got the welfare system. So the government says, hey, let's divide this home, because the government understood if you destroy the Black man, the home is going to fall. So they went to the Black woman and said, hey, we'll give you handouts. We'll take care of you. You don't no longer need a man. You don't need God. You don't need a man. What you need is my handout. And the Black women fell for it. Yeah.
I don't know if he fell for it or if it was more.
How?
I don't think he fell for it. I don't think he fell for it. I think that it's also to the opportunity of what society would give a Black man as well. So I just don't think that it has everything to just do specifically.
Black men were becoming successful, but listen, if I'm making over $80,000 a year and I go marry you,
but how many Black men can I find making this $80,000?
Absolutely not.
A lot of Black men.
Exactly. Women are now making just as much as men now. If not more.
But that's not what I'm saying.
That's not the point. Like he said,
that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, you had an outsider that was very divisive. You got to look at this from a government standpoint.
Society. Okay. Society.
You know what I'm saying? That said, hey, first of all, they came into the Black community and they said, you know what? The Black community is just like the Jewish community. Their dollar is circulating. Yes, it is. We had mom and pop stores. We had barbecue pits, all type of things, car wash. Our money, we was sharing our dollar with Mr. Charlie, but he wasn't getting that much of the money.
Mm-hmm.
So they looked and said, whoa, the African American community is millions of dollars. It's
a lot.
Like the community.
Now I understand.
So they said, let's destroy home economics. See, when you're dealing with, we bicker among each other because we really don't know no better. The outsider is the one he's saying, hey, I'll fund you and make y'all fight each other and hate each other, and I step back. I win either way it go.
It's just like I can't.
Okay, so
it makes me think about desegregation, because that makes it go back to that, to where it's like, should we have stayed segregated? Because if we
so let's look at what Dr. Martin Luther King said. Okay. The night before Dr. Martin Luther King died, he was in a hotel with Harry Belafonte. And he told Harry Belafonte that he feared that he was bringing his people into a burning building. You know, so but then let's look at his track record. He was dating white women. He had a thing for white women.
Oh, and yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So let's call this what it is.
Okay, let's stay on. Let's circle back. Let's circle back.
Go ahead.
Because I'm very pro-Black, but I'm very pro-unity as well. And I don't think anybody can grow confined. You know, we as a race, we can't do it by ourselves, and we all on this earth to coexist together. But let me say this: before Coretta, there was a white woman. But what the topic that we were on was, why is the goal of single Black women to get married? And then quoting these statistics, you took it back to 1975.
That's it.
75. So 1975 to 2022, there's a major time lapse here. I refuse to believe that women are in the same predicament in 2022 that they were in 1975.
It's worse.
What I'm saying is, prior to that, we wasn't marrying for money because money wasn't the thing. Right. Neither had. You know, now we bought into the ideology. We've adopted this mindset that I got to have all these trinkets and all these things. I got to have a $90,000 car. I got to have this, and this. That has nothing to do with marriage. You ever wondered why foreigners can come here and have nothing. They still have their values. They still have their religion. They still have their God intact. And they can come here and instill these things into their kids. And their kids can instill these things into their grandchildren. But you look at African American community, it's not that.
But it's not the women who are staying away from God now, because honestly, God may have a little bit to do with the reason that we're single.
Absolutely.
I
agree.
Yeah,
y'all God is that white boy.
I just feel like
God may have
everyone has a different reason of getting married. Everyone has a different reason of getting married. I can just tell you mine, since I'm the person that's married on this call. Like, I can tell you mine, of course, mine was first for love. And I seen the vision of a person where I know that can get me to, I can see us excel together. That's number one. Number two was strictly business. It makes sense. This is someone that I could actually work with in regards to, regardless, specifically for me, was dealing specifically with kids. Like, I don't care if we fight, argue, cuss, whatever, divorce, all that. Guess what? At the end of the day, you ain't about to leave your kids. So for me, that's exactly what the reason why I married is, because that I found a person who was career oriented, and also too a person who I loved, I admired, I was able to trust their vision, and also too the business part, period. That's just it. Like, a lot of people get married for wrong reasons. You could, hey, look, I don't love so many people in my life. We done had them boyfriends and girlfriends.
What you say?
With, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with them. But guess what? They don't make business sense. They don't make marriage sense. They don't make the long distance sense. So that's the reason why I feel like Black women have a keen eye of knowing, because see, it take a whole different type of man to deal with us. Period.
What you say?
And that might be part of the problem. Why
it is part of the problem. Absolutely. You are absolutely right. But it is a part of the problem. However, Black men have to take ownership of the reason of that problem.
I give you that. I can agree with
and but you know, I do think it takes a special kind of man to love a Black woman. But I don't want us to think in terms of Black women.
Why nobody outside of Black men marrying y'all?
Oh, that's a more Holyfield, because
y'all the least likely out of any nationality to be married. Where y'all getting that mess from?
Wait a minute.
Watch this. I could get married right now to a Black woman, get divorced. I could go to another nationality and get picked up.
And that says something about who you are.
Exactly. That's individuality. That's individuality.
Hold on, Holyfield. Wait a minute. That's something about who you are. These men go to foreign countries all the time, to these third world nations. They find these exotic women that they got to teach how to drive, teach how to talk, help to get them an education. That says a lot about who you are when you can't invest in a sister that you already know over here in the States. So I think that those men who do that, Holyfield, who go get these women from foreign nations,
them women more appreciative,
have a very mindset.
Right.
Them women more appreciative.
Yeah,
you know, they got a more appreciative. They
a lot of
need more. They need
more. They need more. That's needy. That's needy. You want somebody to need you or want you.
Those men, I consider those men who kind of do that kind of thing are kind of, and I hate to say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I think it says a lot about who the man is. So he's a misfit in his own culture. So he has to look outside of
a misfit
so that he can fit, so he can be appreciated. So he has to.
So that says a lot about the woman.
I will appreciate you too,
oh my God.
I will appreciate you too if you bring me out of poverty, if you bring me out of poor health care. All right, I would appreciate you too if you can move me out of my.
But you know what though?
That's what these men are doing for those women.
When half of y'all meet that guy in high school or college, and you say he lame, he ain't got enough swagger and all this and that.
So he goes
past him, and you go to the basketball. Man.
That's not true.
He goes and buy
I did not do that. I'm
He goes,
sorry.
okay.
I ain't do that.
But you, we can't deal with the 2% out of the 98%.
No, it ain't a 2%. I just believe that sometimes society actually has a lot to do with the both ideologies. I don't put blame on the woman or the man. I don't put blame on black people, period. I just feel like us as in a society in regards to gender, period, don't have nothing to do with black, white, whatever. It's just the fact of we're gonna always deal with something because of genderization. That's it. Like, it have nothing to do with really black or white. But if you want to take it to a bigger scale, you know, I'm thinking it's really dealing with gender, like man and woman. That's it. Tequila, I want to know too your thoughts too. I'm sorry.
I mean, y'all done went left field and back, honey. I'm just sitting here listening to Holyfield. I want to know what kind of woman he has been scorned by, baby. I'm just sitting here listening to him. Who has scorned him?
No one is scorning me. Listen, I've been scorned by anybody. Most of us are Christians or whatever. We have Bibles in our homes and all this and that. Pick up your book. Read the book.
What did Paul say?
I try to read daily.
So what the book say then? Watch that. That book commands a man to do everything in the house, even die for the children, the husband. That book don't command you to do nothing, but just be obedient. You ain't even read the book. We don't even read the book.
But you know what's funny? That's probably and that's why I'm being honest. That's probably why you still single. And people
how you feel I'm single?
Because let me tell you something. Regardless of
wait. How you feel I'm single?
This could you just I just asked
you asked me was I married?
Single until you're married.
I told you no.
Well, yeah, you only right. Go ahead, Brave. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
You're single until you're married.
Okay, so that's what I'm only taking. So the moment that you are legally married, then you're single, correct? So what I mean to say by this is, especially putting like children to the mix in daily life and career, work, or whatever, women are just going to always get the messy end of the stick, period. Regardless, if there is a man, wait a minute, I just do believe, regardless of the man is doing everything that in their nature they know what to do. For him, I'm in that situation to where it's not necessarily my way of parenting, even though me and my husband before marriage, we were in counseling. After marriage, we were in counseling. We went through some hiccups. We went through a lot of stuff that I've been thinking to myself, like, whoa. And this man is about to be a doctor in 7 days. So
congrats.
Again, I'm saying to you is I get what you're saying about being obedient. However, you have to make sure that the person you're being obedient to is a person of great vision, period. That you have the same exact vision. Because if you don't have the same exact vision, then guess what? Chaos happens.
And it can also be the other way around too. It can also be the other way around because a woman, a man can have that vision, but a woman won't see it. Because 9 times out of 10, when a man got a vision and trying to, put it on her, he think, oh, he trying to control me. He trying to do this and that. So it's kind of hard for a man to have a vision and then present it to the woman without her getting her feeling like he trying to control her or change her lifestyle or all that. So you know what I'm saying? So it's
read the comment on the screen. Read the comment on the screen.
I'm reading it now.
Listen, the reason why I brought up the liberal rights movement, here's why I brought that up. Because that's when the biggest of the riffraff between black men and black women happened. Because black women bought into this whole sexual revolution of European women. And that brought the biggest separation. It wasn't even welfare. You have most scholars now that go back and say, you know what? The liberal movement was a CIA operative movement. Gloria Steinem was a CIA agent. She wrote a book under a black girl's name, degrading black men. They went around to colleges. They went around to women movement. They went around to black churches. In the United States, this is documented. Changing the mindset and the narrative of African American women towards black men.
What's the name of the book, Holyfield? Because we need to read.
Yeah, I'm writing it
Just
down.
look it up. Gloria Steinem. Look up this whole CIA operation.
Now, see, that's why we like Holyfield, because he does drop some gems.
I mean, I'm not against black women. I love black women.
Thank you for saying that, Holyfield.
I love black women. I fight for black women every day. Me and your brother, we fight for our people every day. But you have to tell the truth. Now, I'm not saying brothers got their stuff together, because no, we don't in a lot of things. And a lot of things we have dropped the ball. But you have to understand, when that white boy came to conquer, we was the strongest thing on this planet. And he knew you got to kill the warrior first. So what he did was he went into the continent and he started negotiating with the woman king, the Dohemi tribe and them, and started getting us to turn on each other and say, listen, the Islamic slave trackers was tracking down the Hebrews who had empires flourishing in those areas. So what you mean? You come over to America. These the same set of people that you sold into bondage. They come over to America. They build America. Now this white boy is saying, hey, you got to conquer and break these folks again. But we can't curse. See, I'm going to tell you something the white boy understood. We can't curse them directly because they blessed by God. But if we get them to curse themselves, we can look at God and say, hey, I ain't did nothing. So what they do, they come to your house and they offer you things like, well, if you were single and you live by yourself, you could get a full scholarship to college. See what I'm saying?
Or Holyfield, or you can get a fully furnished apartment if you don't have a man in the house. You can get a fully furnished apartment with a washer and dryer.
But you can't put us all in the basket now, because it's more whites on Section 8 than blacks. So
now it wasn't initially, but now
we can't say that.
I mean,
but I think that the main reason a lot of black women are wanting to, a lot of women, period, not just black women, any woman, the reason that any woman wants to get married is for stability. Well, they don't want to do life alone. They don't want to be single forever. They don't want to be unstable financially. So I think that is at the core, and it's not out of desperation. I think that's what we need to make clear. It doesn't mean a woman is desperate because she wants to get married.
No, that's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, and that's what we need to embrace. And we need to stop shaming women for being single after 30.
Absolutely, I agree. I feel like
I agree.
I feel like you should be able to be married. It should be a rule that you need to be 30 and up to get married.
All right. The news has been buzzing, y'all. I need y'all to put in your minds while we watch this clip for it. We're going to watch a little bit of this clip, but I just need you to think about what is snitching. All right. And then I also need you to think about what are the duties of a good friend? What are the duties of a friend?
Her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poison. They couldn't get her pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
The autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had been, she had a broken neck, and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. but answers have been hard to come by.
I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae.
All right, y'all. So,
well, listen, y'all. I'm gonna just say this. You know what I'm saying about that incident. You know, we ain't gonna show the actual video because I'm pretty sure everybody already probably done saw the video with the fight between her and the friend. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy, man. Like, I'm gonna be real, like her, like the mom say, you know, it gotta be an explanation for what happened, because ain't no way you gonna tell me that, you know, no alcohol poisoning, and then we talking about the friends, y'all. We talking about people that you know or think you know anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta redefine the word friend, because I think we use it way too loosely these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta realize what a friend really is, instead of, because a friend just ain't a person that you talk to and you kick it with. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a friend. We gotta be able to know the difference between a friend and an associate. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you just associate yourself with from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like in that situation with everything happening and them coming back to the US and then telling them all, like, I feel like, come on now. Come on, let's be real. If they were real friends, if anything bad had happened to that girl at the time, you know what I'm saying, at that time, her parents, with y'all being out the country, her parents should have, you know, been alerted right off the rip if it was a problem. You know what I'm saying? While y'all getting, you know, medical attention, while she getting medical attention, y'all should have been on the phone with her parents instead of, you know. So I don't know the order of how it went. I don't know if they returned back to the state then told the parent, or did they talk to the parent while they was out there in Mexico or whatever, man.
They said they called.
I mean, either way, you know, I couldn't have just left that country with my friend being dead, and I don't know how to my alcohol poisoning, man. Like,
well, you know, it's unfortunate to say, Bubba, dead people can't talk, and dead people can't talk. And here's the thing, I think so now, you know, I don't want to disgrace this young lady, and I don't want to cause any more hurt to the family from my comments. But what can we learn from this? And I'll be the first to say, talk to your children. I mean, 24, 25, 18, 16, 15, they're going out, they're going to parties, they're drinking, they're doing all these things. Talk to your children, you know, and teach them that if no one is level-headed in their group, sometimes you have to be your own hero. So at some point, you have to say, okay, if I'm gonna get my drink on, after I drink 1 or 2, then that's it for me, because I got to make sure I'm alert. I have to make sure that, you know, I can communicate to someone where I am, or I can communicate a no, or I can call for help if I need to. So I have to stay alert. And then when we're allowing our children, sometimes college graduation trips, high school graduation trips, when you're allowing your children to go out of the country, you need to communicate some protocols as to how they should conduct themselves in a place far away from home. So I think there are a lot of things we can do. Going to college, Tequila and I, we had a pact. You didn't come by yourself, you're not leaving by yourself.
Hey, that's a fact.
Going into a room you ain't doing nothing by yourself, because we came here together. Like those kind of things. But in those instances, when you can't rely on other people, you got to teach your daughters, you got to teach your sons that they have to be their own heroes by being responsible. And I think that's one of those things. And, you know, in this world of social media, people have lost human decency. They don't care about other human beings at any cost. If it's for a laugh, a like, a chance to go viral, you could be a sacrifice at any given time. And that is where we are in the world.
I agree with it.
Right.
Me too.
They need
I
to
do
see.
too.
There's nothing else to say. It's like you said everything. Because
But let me tell you though, I think, and this for, you know what I'm saying, people that be victims and people that thinking about making somebody a victim, man. Before y'all go out and, you know what I'm saying, I don't know what happened in that room. I don't know what happened to her, you know what I'm saying. I'm just going off of the media and what everybody's saying and stuff. But to be real, I think a lot of people don't, when we pick up these phones and record and stuff be happening, we ain't thinking about the end result, because once you throw it up there, it's stuck there. You know what I'm saying? And that's with these videos. Even if you go try to delete it, by that time somebody probably already done screen recorded it. So it's like, you know, we ain't thinking when it don't be a crime in your head at that time, but when something like this, like the video that everybody that's circulating around, everybody see the video of the two girls fighting in the room or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People not thinking about what's gonna happen after the fact, or if something bad goes wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna be, you're not thinking that far ahead, because at the time, like I say, and we all have been in a situation where we were thinking in the heat of the moment and not thinking that or caring at that time about what we were doing or what could possibly happen. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people put themselves in positions or situations, you know what I'm saying, that can be avoided just simply by not being aware or thinking ahead of time, like thinking like what could happen, like, or what could, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, we gotta take accountability. Like, man, you know, they were supposed to be her friend. That's the video make all that alcohol poisoning story just not non-believable. You can't believe it with that video circulating. That's gonna kill all your defense. Like, it's like, we can't, the autopsy ain't showing that, but this video is showing that this girl was beat up.
Yeah, and this wasn't a friendly quarrel or a friendly brawl. Like, this was like,
she was in a whole nother country.
Back. Yeah, she wasn't fighting back at all, and it was too extreme. And you had somebody egging it on in the video. When was this person gonna have enough decency? All right, that's enough. All right, stop.
No,
y'all, we gotta stop.
It should have never started. If he was never fighting back, it shouldn't have started. They all should be prosecuted. They all should be do life in prison without parole.
I agree with that, wholesale.
In Mexico.
Yep.
In Mexico.
I agree with you. This is definitely in Mexico.
That's where it happened at.
And they should drink water with parasites in it every day.
Like, straight up, man. Like for real though, y'all. We gotta stop doing stuff out of anger, and then people, you know, it don't matter what you do these days. Somebody is recording and somebody is watching. So you got to be careful of your actions and what you do, man. Whoever was fighting her, man, like, y'all about, I'm telling you, your day's number. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, because it's like, it's gone. That video alone is enough evidence, especially with the injury that this girl had to her. Like, the video that I saw it all makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? On tape. I ain't no investigator and I ain't got no criminal justice background, but I can see that kind of goes with the video, the injuries, man. So
our hearts and prayers are definitely
straight up
with the family. That's such a tragic loss, and we hope that justice is served on Shankila's behalf. All right, y'all, let's get ready to weigh in. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
No, I don't believe that. That's the saying, though. That's the saying. Say it's like all the other sayings, y'all. Like, once a thief, always a thief. Nope. Because, I mean, you know, it's a lot of sayings out there, y'all. So I feel like this one of the ones that's a lie too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said once before, you know, and I'm tired of telling y'all this over and over again. Everything has to deal, you know, go through a growth stage, a growing stage. You know what I'm saying? It's all about growth. You know, so you could be a cheater, you could be all these things, but once you grow and know better and do better and start changing your behaviors and some of the things, your habits, and some of the people that you hang around, you know what I'm saying? You can become a changed person.
Hey, look, Alton Calhoun came in from. He said Raven Cherie lying. She was at the nightclub Rose looking for a man when she was at ASU, and she was not dressed like she is now. She was playing the choir girl role.
I'm screaming.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Calhoun, you used to help me you got me in the roles of plenty of the nights and no charge. And I was a college girl. That's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm still dressed the same way, but I always kept it classy and never nasty. And that's a fact.
Don't you interrupt me no more with no old college.
I had to address
I had
that.
to, because
I
that
had
was
to
a
address
comment.
that.
What in the world?
Yeah. Y'all talking about y'all old ASU road days.
Once a cheater, always a cheater. I'm gonna have to say, well, Xenia gonna come out.
Well, what's in you can run out too now. What's in you may come out, but it can run out.
I agree. I second that.
I believe old habits are hard to break.
They hard to break, but they can be broken. Hey, look, a pool stick hard to break, but if you flex on it enough, it'll break.
Everybody
a mind hard to break. Some of them, but
well, do you think the right woman? Do you think it takes the right woman to change a man? That cheater is cheating. He's out here sowing his raw oats, but when that right woman comes along, does she have the ability to change him?
A woman don't have the ability to change any man. A man has to change on his own.
That's any person. That's not just a man. That's a human being. Has to change on their own. Don't try to put it all on the man. Like we just need, we ain't no help for us. We just gotta want to do it. Like that's women too.
I just think society praise men on cheating. I mean, that has a lot to do with it too. So also too, it's kind of like, well, hey, how many?
Mr. Elvis, I disagree. I disagree
as well. Like I feel like
women started cheating.
Well, no, women are just
the first cheaters.
No, I just think that women are a little bit more sneakier than you guys, but then it's easier for us to get caught based upon we carry children as well. So I like you have to
mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like I just feel like with women, it's easier to get they are more under wraps, but with women in regards to getting cheated, it's easier for us to know, like we have some, like literally a human being to see, like, hey, look, I cheated on you, versus a man, which they can deny it every day, all day.
But I feel like a person's nature. I mean, people do mature and people do grow, but I don't know if I'm willing to toil with someone as they go through the cycles of trying to come out of that. I believe that people are who they are.
Right.
And I'm not in the business of changing people. I think they just have to find that person that is suitable for.
Let me say this too. First of all, you're single until you're married, right?
So it ain't cheating. Know what you gonna say? It's not cheating.
Hold on, cuz. Right. Don't flip through the page. You got to read first. Let me read it to you.
Read it.
You're single till you married. We said that earlier, right? Because y'all was at my boy. Y'all was at my boy Rashid Samuels. Yeah, y'all was at. So let me say this: you're single. We want to implement all these rules, and then we want to twist them and turn them and bend them to fit our situation all the time now. You know what I'm saying? So let me say this, in dating, we always talk about dating on the 80 basis conversation, man. We always talk about dating and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, and we already had discussion before, if you dating, can you date multiple people at multiple times, this and that, yada, yada, yada. So if I'm single and not married and I'm considered single on paper, you know what I'm saying? How am I cheating on you if we ain't married?
Ooh, okay, can I answer that, y'all? Because I just want. Okay, so I just feel like in regards to whatever is set up in the relationship, and like for instance, first part of what's set up in that relationship, and as you grow over time, those rules are going to change because you guys evolved. You should want to evolve together. However, I think that there are people who what happens considered in cheating is based upon whatever is set in that relationship as well. So, for instance, it's not necessarily what society put in, just like with Tammy James, or what are the parameters of the relationship? What are the parameters of the relationship? Then I feel like whatever you set up in your relationship within you and that person, whatever the guidelines and boundaries are, if you go out of bounds, you're out of bounds. Whether it's necessarily, I don't know if it's necessarily the cheating part is like cheating is a big bad word. The betrayal is a better word in that way. So when you go across the bounds, then of whatever rules that are set, I think that hurts more than necessarily what people consider cheating.
But like I say, that a lot of the times we the rules are made as we go. These ain't rules that are set in place, you know what I'm saying? Because like anything, you know what I'm saying, we can start out saying, hey, look, we ain't gonna do this and that, but then, or we're gonna do it this way, but then as the relationship progresses, you know what I'm saying, and feelings change, so will the rules start changing. But so a lot of the time, the parties, whether it's the man or the woman, they not aware of these changes of the rules. You know what I'm saying? So
communication is so important. I feel like this. We are not our grandmothers and our grandfathers. I mean, some of y'all are your grandfathers because they had 5, 6, 7, 8 different sets of kids.
Right.
I keep taking shots.
But we are not our grandmothers, and I think now communication is so important.
It is
because we got our swinger friends, we got our open relationship friends, we got our poly life friends. And I think that if you communicate these things with your mate and you all have an agreement and that works for you, then technically you're not cheating.
Change. It don't matter.
Tammy is right. Both persons need to. I'm sorry, it went off, but Tammy is right. Both people need to be clear on the definitions of what is cheating, basically bounds. Whatever is out of bounds, and if you feel like you have a problem with that, why not go to that person and say, "Hey, look, I'm confused. I'm having a problem. Why not work through that problem, or you choose not to, and then that's it." Like I don't get it. I think that people are very
cheating is sleeping with
someone. Not be vulnerable with other people. That's what it is.
Cheating is not necessarily sleeping with someone. Somebody asked was flirting cheating, but I feel like you need to make cheating is anything that your partner is not aware about or has not consented to. Holyfield.
Well, yeah, that everything you do. Then
that's a good way to put it. Right? I like the way you put that.
I agree with you.
So, and honestly, I can't deal with the cheating. Like, if you want me to leave you, if you want to end our relationship, then cheat on me because I'm out. I'm a runner. Like, I'm gone. If you cheat on me, I'm gone because I believe loyalty and faithfulness are important to me. And
that's a lot of. Let me tell y'all, we say that.
I'm out.
What is faithfulness?
Me, I want to be enough for my man. I want to be enough for him. Well, he ain't got to go to nobody else. Everything he needs.
The Bible even tell you that a righteous man will fall. So I mean,
you cannot fall off in nobody else's bed. I tell you,
this is the problem with black women. Black women want black men to be God. Perfect.
I feel you coming on to something, Holyfield. Go ahead, talk, preach. What you say?
I mean, even a righteous man gonna fall. I mean,
I agree.
I agree with that, Holyfield.
I agree with that, Holyfield.
You look in your Bible, any great man. Let's look at King David. Was one of the greatest kings out of the Israel Empire. The father of Solomon. But even he cheated. He had more than one wife. These are great men. And they will look at this conversation and laugh.
Dr. King did cheat. I saw that comment.
Hopefully, I refuse that because I'm not going to be one of those women saying, "Oh, we've been married for 35 years, but I'm not going anywhere. he's out of town for the weekend. I know what that means. No, I
You
feel
gonna
like
put up with something in a relationship.
I am gonna put up with something.
Okay,
But don't tell me that it is a societal norm for me to have to share my husband with another woman. I don't want that for myself.
Let me ask you something.
I want to be enough for him.
Right. So let me ask you this
We'll
question.
never be enough.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. What is the dress code of a man when he go to work?
It depends on where he works at Holyfield.
Okay. Right now, I got on t-shirt. Bubba got on a t-shirt, right? So watch this. When women go to work, y'all can dress a certain type of way, and that's very enticing. And then you can say, no, but I'm faithful. Are you? Are you? Are you? Because in actuality, you out of order. So
because of the way she dressed, she out of order.
Hell yeah. I mean, yes. What you mean?
Okay, I was following you before, but like now you kind of like
I
get what
Yeah.
saying.
Break it down, Holyfield.
I guess you're trying to say is the sexiness of her dressing. That's what
modesty. So watch this. Watch this. You showing everything that you was birthed with, and you think that that's okay,
or you bought. They buy it too now, boy.
And that's enticing.
Well, let me tell you something.
Think that's okay?
But guess what? That's what most men cheat for as well. Like y'all said,
so you doing it don't make it right.
Y'all have a wife kept at home. All of a sudden, that's the reason why.
I could be fully covered and enticing.
Period. Don't matter why I dress.
Exactly. It's not about what you wear. It's how you carry yourself.
Got an excuse for everything.
No, it don't matter if I dress right.
I'm not married, but the girls are sitting up tonight. You understand that? That doesn't mean that I'm not enticing. I went somewhere with a full peacoat on Holyfield. I went to a brunch, and guess what? It was still enticing because they want to know what's under it.
Period.
But you're mixing apples and oranges. And so I'm noticing a pattern because men are getting attacked from the jump. Every subject, men getting attacked. And hey, I understand. I understand. That's why I've been quiet, because I understand. I'm with you on some things. But let's balance this board out now. Balance this board out.
Okay.
So it's okay for you to show all your curves and all your thighs and your deliciousness and everything. Is okay for you to entice other men and flirt. And well, I mean, I didn't do anything and all this mess and just craziness. And that's cool. So since so many black women are God-fearing, let's look at what God say about that.
Okay.
It's inappropriate. It's wrong. It's sin. You're not supposed to be a stumbling block to any man.
Hello.
I don't feel like there's a lot of women who are just doing it for just men's attention.
That's what
Let's go to Instagram. Let's go to Instagram. Let's go to Instagram. Because we got nurses. I don't see men doing back shots. We see women doing back shots.
I'm not gonna
Let's go to Instagram. We ain't got to argue this.
I feel like a lot of women is not really doing it for a man's attention at all. It's completely specifically for their own selves.
No.
For yourself.
There are certain women who do that, but I don't believe that most women are doing that just because. You have to look at it from two different ways.
So okay. So you said that women are doing it for themselves. Where did that come from?
Right.
That's not our culture. That's not our culture. That's European culture. That's not our culture. So let's go back to 1975.
But we're here, Holyfield. We're here now. You keep trying to go back, but we got to look at all this time and lapse. A lot of things have changed. You can't keep going back in time.
Now. What you mean?
You want to blame a woman for a man having a lack of self-control.
Period.
Exactly. For a man having
self-control over yourself.
Y'all women ain't got no more.
Stop doing it.
You don't feed a hungry man a steak. You don't dangle no steak in front of a hungry man talking about,
guess
and he's
what? A
about to
hungry
steak
man
up.
have to
You
make
was
sure
wrong.
that the steak
Man, get out of here, man.
the hungry man
What
have to
is
make
this,
sure the steak
man?
is cooked
What
right.
is this
or not.
debauchery y'all
Period.
doing here?
That's just it. I'm
What
just
is
saying, like, you
this?
trying to tell me that you don't give yourself no type of
Holy
accountability?
Field want us to wear a dress.
No.
He want
Let me ask you something.
heads
Let me
covered.
ask you something. Let me ask
That's
every
how
woman
you
up
going to
here.
the
Are
mall.
you
That's what Holy
selling?
Field want.
Are you selling anything?
I'm just saying, like,
Are you
the
selling?
work
Yes or no? Are you
No.
selling anything?
No.
Absolutely
Then
not.
take the for sale sign down.
That right.
Take it down,
take
then.
I don't see any words written across my chest, Holyfield.
Period.
Come on.
Absolutely. What?
I don't see a sign across my chest. So you mean to tell me you mean to tell me because I'm supposed to be punished for my physique?
No,
punished for
no. But I see it. Watch this. So if I walk by you in the club and brushed up against your chest or something, trying to get to the bathroom,
you brush up against my chest and you want to, you're gonna get maced. I'm here to tell you. So you need to have some self-control.
You need to have some
that's
morals about
harassment.
yourself.
Hey, like the old women would have said, like grandma would have said, "Well, baby, if you don't want nobody to tell you, ought to put them up then. You ought to put them up when you got them out here for."
There you go. This is not y'all. No, this is not y'all nature, man. This is the nature that Europeans sold y'all. This is not black women's nature. It's not.
What is a black woman?
Watch this. When black women start talking about y'all the queens of the earth, at a time you were. The savages were the European nature.
So you want
that's the problem. We are now.
We still queens. We are queens.
No, you're not queens now. Where you getting that from? You're no queens now. You're not queens now. No.
To each his own. To each his own, Holyfield. To each his own, Holyfield.
You're not no queen.
But now I might feel like, oh no.
So Holyfield, your black woman that you're in a relationship with is not your queen.
Hey, that woman said. That woman said.
Come on now. So that black woman that you're in a relationship with is not your queen.
My woman dressed modest. Let me tell you something. Everywhere my woman goes, she gets praised.
But that's a preference for you, correct? That's your preference, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
watch this.
I don't
she came that way. She came that way. You want to know why? Hold on. She came that way.
To be herself.
She came that way. You want to know why?
Women who want to dress up.
Why? Nobody said anything about dressing up. No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
That's totally fine. Wait a minute. We don't want to bash a woman at all. Period. From the time
you've been bashing me,
completely dressed all the way down and be completely covered. That's her choice.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, man.
It's not your choice. It's your preference, but it's your choice.
So there's no such thing as morality.
However, if a woman want to be around here naked, that's her choice.
Oh, okay.
Is that something that I would do? Personally, not.
Watch this.
I wouldn't do that. However, I'm just saying it's a woman's choice.
I see where this is going.
No, it's a woman's choice.
I see where this is going.
It's a woman's choice.
And we have no limitations on anything now. Morality is out the door, and everything is great, and everything is good. So ultimately, here's what's going to happen. You do realize that what you're being fed is Luciferian doctrine that came from the United States government by Albert Pike. He wrote a book called Morals and Dogmas. Read that book. And so you don't understand that what you're saying is there's no right or wrong. There's no nothing. Everything is to be great. Do what thou wilt and harm no one. Aleister Crowley is the oldest form of witchcraft because ultimately you're going to harm everybody doing what you want to do. Do what thou wilt and harm no one. It's the oldest form of witchcraft. It sounds right, but it's not. And that's the truth.
Holyfield.
I didn't say nothing about you can't wear makeup or you can't present yourself beautiful. I'm not listen.
But you're trying to label me a temptress because of the way I dress.
What?
It's not okay. It just means that you have no self-control.
What? I have no self-control. No. If I pull out a gun and point it at you, and you push it out my face, and I tell you, you have no self-control because you pushed the gun out of my face, I pulled it out. I pointed it at you. So if you walking around, the point I'm making, if you walk around, you know what, hanging out, your chest showing, and a man look, and you say, what you looking at? You know, I mean, what?
Come on, you know what I'm looking at. You got
Man, what is y'all talking about? What is this? Man, we've turned into savages as people, man. So this is not us, man. All this, I'm a god and I'm a queen. Man, throw that out the window, man.
I'm a queen, Holyfield.
We have turned into the cockroaches of the earth.
Period, Pooh. And the thing is them girls looking great.
Who pay taxes to you since you're a queen?
Okay.
Who pay taxes to you since you're a queen? Who pay taxes to you?
Holyfield.
He getting all technical. He know we some beautiful black queens.
I am a beautiful black queen. You're not gonna denounce me or I don't conform to your perception because I don't want to wear all that fabric
at all.
I'm not saying that, Raven. Listen, modesty does not mean comfort from head to toe. God didn't tell you to do that. Europeans told you to do that. But everything is modest. That's all I'm saying.
I'm being very modest right
now. Watch
now.
this. As a young black man that's concerned about y'all, you don't even see how much I love y'all and what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to see my sisters looking pimped out and whored out.
Holyfield, let me just say this to you. Man. On them people behalf, mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. They queen, man. They ain't trying to hit. Now you trying to say. They ain't trying to hit.
That's right. Cause
you wrong, Holyfield. They saying you wrong,
you walk
man.
a mile in a black woman's shoes, you don't have the right to tell me what I am or to tell me what I ain't.
But y'all try to tell black men. Y'all try to tell black men what we are. Y'all can never walk in a.
We raised y'all. We raised y'all.
They didn't nail a woman to the cross. They nailed a man to the cross.
What you talking about? Most black men been raised by what? By who? We're the only now. That can't be known. That is a fact. Most black people have been raised in a household that who is the actual head of the household?
That just started yesterday, Taylor.
The parent. The mother, the female, the grandma. Period.
That just started in our lifetime, Taylor.
No, they ain't starting our lifetime. That been happening. They done been taking all. No, that been happening.
That started in our lifetime. Majority of that, anyway.
Man.
All right, so look, guys, I think we have had an excellent conversation this evening. We got to bring everybody back. We need everybody who is on this screen right now back so that we can finish up some of the things we had for discussions. It has been an excellent night.
Hold on, sis.
I love you.
And I want to say this.
I love you too.
We love you. We love you because period. At the end of the day, brother, like I love how we can get on here and debate, and everything. But then also too, like I respect each and every one of y'all. Like
absolutely, nothing but love and respect.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this now.
Hey, listen. Tammy made a comment about Jesus. Let me just say this. You are correct, but them women would dress modest.
We don't know how them women would dress. You
they didn't come to Jesus too, Nick. Man, get out of here. Come on,
y'all seen the movies. Y'all seen how the folk would dress. You ain't seen the damn movie.
And that's the narrative. That's the narrative that the European is painting in your mind, according to
now we want to talk about what they painted in our head now.
Right. Women benefit them.
Hey, but listen, I want to say this. Now, y'all gonna come up on my homeboy Rashid Salmon now, because I don't like the way y'all be treating my guests, man.
No, we like him. We like him.
I like his opinions. I like where he stands. I like that he is very educated and knowledgeable of everything that he speaks of. I have nothing but respect for you, Rashid.
And that's right. But we love Holyfield and we respect this person. Well, hold up, this is not 1974. This is 2022, and the women are here. We are alive. We are educated, and we have something to say, and it's important. And you better hear.
I support it. I support it. But when you go to the end of that Bible, because y'all say you're Christian, the beast make war with the woman, not the man.
But guess what? It's gonna take a woman to say.
So think about that. Think about that now.
Let that sink in. Let that simmer on you.
Yeah, think about that.
Yes, Marquise, go back and watch this one because it's all right, y'all. What do we want to leave the people with tonight?
Don't use the word friend lightly, please. Yeah. Do not use the word friend lightly. Be careful who you're around. Pray for discernment. Please just be careful. That's all I can say. It's the holidays. We traveling. We finna visit loved ones. I hope y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving and just be peaceful and love one another.
Right, and I want to leave the people with, man, to add to what Tequila said, man. I want y'all to have a great Thanksgiving, and y'all be safe out there. Thanksgiving and leading into the weekend too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't go into Thanksgiving looking forward to the food, man. I mean, I know that's what a lot of people looking forward to, the food. Y'all need to go in and be thankful for, you know what I'm saying, your families and everybody that you got surrounded by y'all. Because, like I say, y'all, we just talking about it just a minute ago. A lot of people leaving here, and you know what I'm saying, their families ain't gonna be able to see them and be with them this Thanksgiving. So y'all be safe, be aware of your situation. Y'all, you know what I'm saying, just stay 10 toes above the ground. You feel me?
10 toes above the ground.
Yeah.
And I am just going to say, men, don't blame the woman because you have a lack of self-control. Let's learn how to control ourselves, control our emotions, and control our behaviors. Because that can keep us out of a world of trouble.
True.
Yeah.
I just want to say, stay vigilant. I mean, everybody, again, to piggyback on everyone is not your friend. Be aware, and really, absolutely also too, I feel like we all need to support each other. Specifically, regardless of views or whatever, Holyfield, I tell you this, I'm just telling everyone, I'm making it a public service announcement for you specifically. I support you, brother. Period.
Thank you so much.
That's I feel like, we can have these different type of conversations, and we can have different views on things. However, it's important for all of us to support each other at the end of the day. So that's what I'm going to leave with.
I would like to leave the people with this right here. I love my Black women. I am pro-Black. But I also remember a time when we had our true glory, when the Most High shined upon us. And we are far away from that, men and women both. And that's what I'm talking about. When I say about women, I don't care about other nationalities. I'm with a Black woman. When I talk about modesty in everything that you do, because y'all were the first civilizers. Y'all civilized the world. So when other people was in caves naked, eating each other, eating animals and other things, y'all were the great civilizers. See what I'm saying? Y'all were the first educators, the Black woman. And that's what I want to see again. I don't want to see men nor women pimping each other out, because rap music, we have as Black men, we have disgraced our own women. So those people who wear those funny hats can make a profit. And that's why they're trying to break Kyrie Irving as well as Kanye West. Go watch the documentary. That's your heritage. That's your culture. And I'm telling you that from an esoteric level as well as a physical level. You know, so I love my sisters. I love my brothers too. Me and Bubba, we fight for we fight for our people every day. But we got to tell you the truth, good, bad, and ugly.
Right. Hey, man.
All right, y'all. On that note, it's been real. We out. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. What's up,
Y'all
Henry?
be safe.
Marquise, we see the plug. Have a good night.